Greetings and welcome to the Reaction Review with me, Gripper Sim. This week we're going to look at 3 places to land with Carenado's new Grand Caravan EX. This is St. Barts in the Caribbean, and this is the first approach or airfield we're going to look at that is indeed very challenging. And if you haven't seen this before, you've been missing out. I've put all the links in the description below. But first, let's have a look at the aesthetics of the Caravan. Gripper Sim, eye candy, go! Special features with this aircraft include a full interior and exterior with PBR textures, a 3D interior and exterior with many details, rain effect support with the included lip rain plugin, and it says here that they have dynamic drops movements, options for a cargo pod and a liquid ice protection tank, customised F-mod sounds. I'm going to talk about the sounds in a minute. They are actually very good, but there's 1 or 2 things I do not like. Customised X-Plane default G1000, customised CAS system and the default G1000 autopilot. And the usual features you get with Carenado are full VR compatibility. It's specifically designed for the engine dynamics for X-Plane 11. The flight physics are optimised for X-Plane 11 standards. Also, physically based rendering materials and textures throughout. That's PBR, meaning it's authorised by industry standard software used by the film and gaming industries. It has realistic behaviour compared to the real airplane, they say, realistic weight and balance, but it's also tested by several pilots for maximum accuracy. That's not the end of all the details, of course. That's coming up again shortly after we have landed here in St. Barts with our next 2 airports after this one, and I assure you it's going to be a crazy landing because I haven't landed this airplane yet in real life or in the simulator. It's shocking. Let's have a look and see how I got on. First of all, I'm just going to examine the propeller prop wash or the corkscrew effect. Effectively, I'm going to fly slowly now. I've taken the power back and I'm going to suddenly add power, and I expect the nose to go up and to the left. Here we go. It takes a while for the engines to spool up and it goes up to the left. That tells me that that's quite realistic and the physics are good, among other things, of course. I think next we should try a stall. Yeah, let's try that. I've taken all the power back now and you can see the speed is decreasing rapidly, but I'm holding it level and you can see the control column. I'm slowly applying back pressure all the way. That's a stall water sounding, and I expect, there we go, that's the buffeting, and I'm going to keep it there all the way back, and I don't seem to be getting any wing drop at all, but it's losing altitude. It's certainly losing altitude quite a bit. Okay, so yeah, we're losing altitude, so I'm going to lower the nose and recover. Lower the nose first and then add power. If any of you have flown this in real life, do let us know in the comments if the stall is actually so docile in this aircraft. It just seems a little bit too forgiving. There we go. So I'm recovering with nose down and power first to break the stall. And yeah, it stalls fine. I like the power when you add the power there. You see when I added power, the nose went to the left a little bit. Great. All working as you would expect. Let's frighten the passengers with some unusual attitudes, shall we? This is where we put the aircraft in a dangerous situation and then recover it. So I'm just playing around. I've added power now. I'm speeding up, but I'm going to bring the nose all the way up and I'm going to fling in right rudder and just throw it over on its head. So I'm taking all the power back now so I don't go over VNE. That's never exceed speed, and that I don't want to break the wings off. Yeah, back to straight and level. Brilliant. Okay, let's go back to St. Bart's, do an approach, and move on to the next two places that Cessna Caravans are likely to operate out of. If you're new to the channel, St. Bart's is one of the most dangerous airports in the world. Now you can see this embankment. As I come over the embankment, I have to stuff the nose down and land on the runway, but at the end of the runway there's a beach and the ocean, so you've got a very short landing strip. So let's have a look and see how I get on. I have to confess to you, I haven't looked at any of the speeds at all, but I'm guessing the approach speed has been between 75 and 85 knots, so I'm going to keep it about 85, and I'm probably going to stuff this up, and it's going to be terrible. Okay, now I know I'm going too fast. Oh, bouncy, bounce, bounce. Way too fast, and I'm not slowing down with full braking. Oh, reverse thrust, and I haven't bound my controls for the reverse thrust. Oh, I'll have to do it manually. Oh man, am I going to stop or what? Well, if it wasn't for reverse thrust, I'd be in the beach by now. Yeah, oh, yeah, interesting. Okay, let's move on. The next dangerous place to land a ground caravan is Quatam River. This airstrip is based in Canada and is a typical destination for bush flying. It has trees on either side and is actually quite short. All the links are in the descriptions below after the show. We're going to do a short field takeoff and a short field landing here in Quatam River, but I want to show you to the left here there's a menu. A is for autopilot, and then you have C for camera angles and volume. You can change your camera angles, different cameras, and your field of view. And then at the very bottom it has certain items with regards to the specific airplane. To get rid of it, put the mouse over it and use the scroll wheel. Yeah, I only found that about 3 months ago. Thank you, by the way, whoever that was. It was one of the subscribers. Okay, I'm going to put down some flaps and we're going to take off and very quickly come down and do another crazy landing. Let's fly it like we stole it. I wasn't too sure at first, but this rain effect is looking pretty good. This scenery does have collision detection with the tree, so I've got to be careful. I'm going to take a left turn before, obviously, I hit those mountains, and we're going to come in for a short field landing. I'm really having difficulty seeing out, to be honest. Let me just center the view. Yeah, I can barely see the runway at all. This is quite a cool effect if it would be more consistent, but it's incredible.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
Oh, the trees on the left. Oh, I've just got past them. Thank God for that. Oh. It's quite hard to taxi this. Oh, airplane. Okay, reverse thrust. And just keep it straight. And great. Okay, we're going to come to a stop. Well, that's pretty cool. Do you want to have a look at that again? Okay, let's have a look again. Brilliant for bush flying. Let's go to the Himalayas. One of the most dangerous airports in the world, Lukla. Lukla is very close to Mount Everest, and most of the climbers will fly in here and they'll walk from here up to the base camps in Everest. It's a very, very short runway. It's very, very high, so the air density is very low. At 9,334 feet, it's 527 metres long, and it has a sloping gradient of 11.7%. It's also called Tenzing-Hillary Airport, after the two boys who were the first to climb Mount Everest. The Cessna 208 is a typical visitor to Lukla Airport. Let's fly like we stole it. Full flaps. Okay, on finals. The only thing, by the way, I did mention earlier on, there's one thing I didn't like. It's not a big thing. It's just when you open the door, the sound changes, or the window, and it's just very sudden. It's either on or off, but they're going to patch that up. Now, back to my approach. Must concentrate. My speed is a little bit slow, but it's kind of, you know, it's working. It's working for me. And I'm going to try and get a smooth one here. We're going to follow it all the way down. There's a little bit of windage. Okay. Oh, it's a little bit messy, but, you know, it's to be expected. There we go. Brilliant. Happy days. So those are the 3 airports to bring your Grand Caravan. I think all 3 of them are very dangerous airports and great fun to fly on X-Plane 11. All of my landings have been terrible today. I'm having a bad X-Plane day. It's a bad X-Plane day, a bad simming day. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. But I suppose if there's no risk, it's no fun. Anyway, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I praise you.